If we may, can we start with this bill to protect the NHS from trade deals? We understand your concerns for the NHS, but the Prime Minister has said on a number of occasions the NHS isn't up for sale.
Well, we don't trust Boris Johnson, but the simple fact of the matter is that Donald Trump has told us that he wants to make sure that higher prices are paid for medicines by foreign countries and foreign governments. It's an instruction that he's given to his health secretary, and we have to be clear that there is a risk to services, that there's a risk to procurement in the NHS. We could end up in a situation that US corporations are given access to our NHS, and of course we would all end up paying a price for that. So what we simply want to see is a bill that comes in front of Parliament, that then becomes an act of law, that stops the NHS being interfered with any trade deal that may take place. And we want to see that the devolved administrations in Edinburgh and Cardiff and Belfast have the opportunity to block anything that would be a threat to our NHS, something which is so critical to all of us, something that we revere as a public service that was celebrated for 70 years. Let's give it the protection that we can't end up in a situation where Donald Trump and Boris Johnson or anyone else bargains away our rights.
You rightly say it's something we're all very proud of and want to protect because it is an incredible service that we get.
All of us have got a duty to make sure that the NHS is looked after and we stand up for our wonderful professionals in the health service. But the fact remains, Ben, that the British Medical Association told us about those risks last year. They are very concerned about what could happen if the price of medicines increases as a result of a trade deal with the US. We end up in a situation that US investors are given protected rights to go after the services of the NHS. What we're seeking to do is to make sure all those health professionals, all of us that benefit from the great service that we get from NHS professionals, that we're fully protected. And that's what this bill is about. It's not about weaponising, it's not about interfering with the health service, it's about making sure that an institution that we all love so dearly is given the protection that it needs in law to stop anybody interfering with the National Health Service. And I would appeal to parliamentarians across the House to get behind our bill, a bill which is in absolutely everyone's interest.
Why don't you trust Boris Johnson on the NHS?
Well, the proof of the pudding's in the eating, and NHS services in England have been privatised under the Conservatives. And I think when it comes to Boris Johnson, look, I have to say the man has got form. He's actually been sacked from 2 jobs because of lying.